Hey guys, Jason from myelitesignals here. Um, Happy to be here with you guys. This is my first video on the channel. I am a crypto analyst in the Discord, and I'm going to talk to y'all from now on about some crypto stuff. We're going to do swing trading. We're going to do news. We're going to parse through some of the fundamentals for coins. We can do a lot. And this is the first installment of the video series. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. So um, today's episode is going to be about how to do a successful swing trade. And I'm actually going to set up a swing to enter today during today's episode. And if you catch the video, today is today's Saturday, the 18th of September. Um, It's 3:48 Eastern Time. If you catch this video within a couple hours of it coming out, you might actually be able to enter this trade with me. And if you follow the rules, by the time I have the next video that goes over this, you might, you know, you might be in the trade with me still, and we'll be able to show off to everybody the profits that we're going to make. Um, so today I'm going to kind of run you through how I build a successful swing trade. This will kind of set the precedence going forward for how I'm going to enter anything that I talk about. If I talk about it, I probably have entered it, or I'm looking to enter it with this same kind of strategy. Um, so on my screen, I've got a bunch of lines drawn, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and reset the chart. Whoop, that didn't do anything. I'm going to try to get rid of all of my drawings. So I'm going to rebuild this because I've already done analysis on it. I'm going to kind of run you through what I did. But the first thing I want to kind of point out to you is that EliteAlgo flashed a smart buy on this on the daily. Now, EliteAlgo, pretty accurate, extremely useful tool. I've been using it since January. It's not the only thing that I use, and it's certainly not something that I just do absolutely everything that it says without question, but I do use it for confirmation. And you're going to see why I agree with this smart buy signal and why I'm actually taking this trade as I show you why I think REN USDT, a perpetual futures contract, you can get on Binance. You can do it probably on KuCoin. I'm not exactly sure if you can, but I know it's on Binance. Um, why I think that this is a good trade. So first and foremost, if you notice from around May 7th, we've got a high here, and the sell-off happened across the crypto market. We reached a low on July for this, roughly 25 cents. So if I use this paintbrush tool and I draw the generalized movement of the chart, I'm going to get something that looks like this. Now, for those of you that are familiar with chart patterns, technical analysis, you can notice that this is very eerily similar to a cup, and I'm going to treat it as such. There are two cups layered in this trend, but this is the main cup I'm looking at, this one that starts on May 8th. So if I do a horizontal line right around this area, I'm going to get my resistance point, or the top of the start of the cup. And we're going to see, over time, if you look at cup and handle patterns, cup patterns, when they break out of that high point, you get the move that you're looking for, and that's the move that we're gonna go and try to capture. So looking at this, I've got a cup pattern, and I know that cups have handles. In order to drink your coffee, you got to have a handle. You got to be able to hold the thing. So I'm definitely looking for something like a little bit of a retracement first before, I get the big ignition, where it could happen at any point in this downward slope. So We have the cup, we have the handle that comes off, and then we have somewhere where it's going to take a support in this area, and it's going to just run with it. And by run with it, I mean it's gonna go. That's what I think is going to happen with Ren USDT curve. Now, again, this is a swing trade, so I don't want to just sit here for 20 minutes or an hour and be in it. I want to be in it for a couple of days, maybe even a couple of weeks. So how am I going to do that? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my long position tool on TradingView, which has gone over in the EliteAlgo video series, by the way. But for those of you who don't know what this does, it will you pick a point where your entry is. So my entry was roughly 0.97998. So I'm going to tag it right there. Now I've got my trade up. This has a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. I don't trade like that. Every dollar I'm going to go down that I'm risking, I want to make $2 back. So I'm going to edit the inputs in this to give myself the right idea for a stop loss and a take profit. So I'm going to identify that I think we might have a support, or we might have some trouble breaking back up if we go and test maybe below the heights of these candles. If I take off the Huygens, I can see that these prices are roughly 0.86, 0.87 to 0.79. So I'm going to pick the midpoint in this area, which would roughly give me right below this green ignition candle, this huge daily candle. And I'm going to use that as my stop loss. So when I go to do my long position, I'm going to bring the stop loss up to here. So my stop loss amount is 0.15271. So I want my target to be 0.35-ish. So let's look. That's close enough. So this is what my trade is going to look like. I want to enter with no more than 3% of my portfolio. I'm using a leveraged tool to trade this. So I've got 20x the amount of money that I put into this in the trade. That's because of the leverage thing, not because it's just the 20x multiplier. So I use 3% of my portfolio. I'm going to edit this tool to say 3%. Whoop, that's 23. So 3%. I started at $1,000 and 3% entry right here. If it hits my target, I just made 6.8% of my account. And then my stop, I will lose 3% of my account. So I'm following roughly my risk to reward strategy, and I'm only using a small amount of my port. The reason why I use that small amount is because even if it hits this stop point, okay, this isn't necessarily where I'm going to close the position. This might be where I start to short and I make a little bit of money on the downtrend. And if Bitcoin were to change directions, see right now the trend seems to be it's in a bull market. If that changes, I do have an initial stop here. So if it changes while Ren is above my stop, then I'm going to let my stop take me out. If it doesn't change, I might use that stop point, since I only have 3% of my account in, to add maybe 2%. And then I will adjust my stop to a point where, I won't lose that much more, but I'll give it a chance to run with my average down. So the best outcome possible that I enter here and then it hits my TP, which is going to take out 75% of the position, not 100%. I can leave 25% in to run, and I know that it's not going to actually hurt me that much if it goes down, because it's 25% of my initial position. But that 3% is going to become hopefully 6.8% or more as it hits my target. My guess for the next video that I go over this trade on, it will probably be roughly 1.27-ish to 1.28. But, I could be wrong. I don't have a crystal ball. I just know that from experience, cup and handle patterns are extremely consistent. They work a lot, and they almost always point to a bullish continuation pattern. I'm on the daily. The daily is a powerful chart. It has a lot of significant prices on it. If something breaks out on the daily, that means that there's potential for huge returns on the upside. That is all for today. Remember, if you're going to take this trade, only use at most 3% of your portfolio. Keep your SL at this, keep your SL and TP at this 1-to-2 ratio. If you want to just stay very consistent and let the stop get you out, look for the setup again. Look for it to come back up into this area where I entered. And then do your best to leave the position alone and let it hit the TP. Because this is a cup and handle pattern, we know that we should see a slight retracement. We know that there could be a potential retracement before it starts to break out. Draw the lines that I've drawn. Just draw two little downward sloping horizontal lines or trend lines, and then make sure that you pick vertical line or like lines that can be drawn from a 90-degree angle from these to to find your profit point region and the slope that it's going to travel in. So give it some time. This is a swing trade. This is not a day trade. We're going to check back in probably the end of September / early October to see how this went. And if it went well, congratulations to everybody that entered from today's video. And you will know that this strategy that I'm going to harp to you guys for the next foreseeable future works. So I'm, again, excited to be working with you guys, excited to be posting videos on this channel. Looking forward to any comments about the trades. If you've got a coin that you think you might want to see a video about, leave it in the comment section. Give the channel a like, or give the video a like, subscribe to the channel to get my videos out. I'll be posting them a couple times a week, and they'll be like this, or I might explain some fundamentals that have happened in the crypto market. There might be a coin that's coming out with new stuff that is really important for you to see. And then soon you're going to see the face behind all this. So I look forward to the next time, and be well. Thanks a lot.